Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.
Hello and welcome to Nirmal Bang, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Hiral Dalia. We have with us Ria Singh, technical analyst, currencies joining in. Ria, welcome to the show. My first question coming to you is with regards to where the rupee's behavior is concerned. How would you describe it considering what's announced in the budget and what's the way forward for it?
I think the major concern with respect to the rupee was with respect to the expectation that the finance minister has put forth with respect to the trade deficit. I think that is the major saw that will, put in into the strength of the rupee. The target that they have set of around 9.8% of GDP, that is a huge trade deficit target that they have put on. I mean, this will definitely put a dent into the rupee in the coming days. But if you look at the whole budget perspective, uh, the financing target and the borrowing that the government is planning, it's on a very higher scale. Obviously, it is needed for the economy to come back, but the borrowing plan that they have outlaid is of around 12 trillion rupees, and there will be an additional 800 billion rupees that will be raised by the government at the end of the fiscal, at the end of the current fiscal year. So it's around 13.1 trillion rupees that the FM and the government has projected in terms of borrowing. So obviously the new borrowing is the borrowing, but the whole borrowing mark that they have laid on into the budget, the trade deficit, both have dampened the sentiment, whether it's the strength of the rupee or whether it's concerning with the bullish biasness that the FIIs were holding. So obviously it uh, the money that they have borrowed, they need to again get back, pay back, and it will be a huge task for them. But let's see how that will pan out and how the FM will plan with respect to that, with respect to the same. So I think uh, uh, as far as rupee is concerned, there is again the RBI policy meet that is coming forward on Friday, that the market will again look forward to, whether it's the the guidelines with respect to the OMO purchases, or with respect to the how the RBI will again contend the yields issue. Now, obviously, when the borrowing was announced, a lot of state banks bought in heavily into the sovereign bonds. The purchase was biggest since March 27. So this has certainly skyrocketed the 10-year yield on the the 10-year yield around 4 bips. So this is another task that the RBI will need to contain, because if you look at the previous activity of the RBI, they have certainly uh, worked towards containing that, so that the yield doesn't skyrockets. So that will be another thing that the market will looking forward to. And of course, resuming of the interest rate cut is again something that could extend a support measure into the market sentiment. But overall, the lookout of the rupee with respect to this trend doesn't look very good. I think rupee can trail back to its depreciation phase on a shorter term.
Right. That's with regards to where the Indian rupee goes. Now, moving on, you have the dollar, which is tested 91, and it's clearly showing some signs of recovery in about 3 months. What would you suggest? Do you think this is just a spurt, or do you think this is something which would continue?
I think the dollar rose on the statement that was coming forward from the Fed with respect to its accommodative monetary policy, and how that they will continue with respect to the bond purchases that they have now. They have done around 112 million per month is what their target is, and they are going to continue with it. And plus the mention of the vaccine drive that they are uh, currently carrying out into the US. I think the progress is quite good uh, with respect to the inoculations that has been that has been happening into the US altogether. So this is what I think has spiked up the dollar sentiment. And plus, if you look down at the GDP of the overall US GDP, it has given a green uh, a good sound clip on the fourth quarter. I think this is another that has proven into the sentiment into the dollar index altogether. Obviously, if you look at the overall, as to how the US will recover, I think the only thing that can uh, curb the dollar index strength will be what will be the pandemic relief number. Okay, so the whole GDP picture is looking quite good for the US. Whether the recovery, I think there can be a short bearish trend that can happen, but I think if you look at the technical part of the dollar index, there has been quite a turn from the monthly averages and so forth. So I think a dollar index is on a greener path from now. And with respect to the overall numbers that have come forward, whether it's composition of growth in the final quarters or the consumer and the demand picking up and everything, I think a dollar index will go on a bullish trend from the lower lows that it has seen in the previous month.
Right. And moving from there on, Ria, another thing is with regards to where the pound goes, that's gaining confidence. It's at a 4-month high against the dollar. Your view on the same?
The major fallout for the pound was obviously the Brexit situation, and after that even ended, I think then the lockdown that happened there, which again dampened the sentiment of the economic recovery. But if you look at the major confidence that the UK is gaining it with respect to the distributing of the COVID-19 vaccinations, they have been they have acquired to roll out the vaccine program outspacing the pace of US and Europe. So I think they have done a very good job on the part of the vaccine rollout, and this has actually lifted up the the bearish sentiment that was there into the UK altogether. There were talks that the recovery will shortfall so much that there can be a negative rate that could be coming forward. Now if you look at the whole sentiment there, even that is fading out, that maybe in the coming days there won't be any of that the negative rate and so forth. So I think this is a very good boost that the pound was needing in the recent decline that it had seen. And plus, obviously, it boosts as to how fast the UK economy will recover. Because as soon as the vaccination programs, achieves the maximum threshold, and the business and everything get back to its feet, the more faster UK can recover, because it was one of the very hard hit economy altogether into the Europe. So this has actually played a very good hand into the bounce back of the pound in the recent days. I think apart from the recent dips that we are seeing, it can, I think, resume the bullish sentiment towards 1.4 to 1.45 against the dollar in the coming days. And even the things were I think on the part of the BOE and the UK government altogether, there won't be a tightening with respect to the fiscal measure anytime soon. So that this will again provide the support for the UK economy to get back on its feet. So the perspective, at least for the pound, have turned around from the dips that it has seen in the recent days.
Right. So, what are the strategies that you would recommend, Ria?
The I think if you can buy, it has, if you look into the pound, it has been respecting the 100 mark in the domestic pair quite rigorously. It has been it has not given a breakdown to the 100. So if it continues to support the same, and there is an open above 100 point, just a second. Uh, yes, around 100.15, I think it can again retrace its fall towards 100.30, 100.50 into the pound INR. So one can go long about in the pound INR above 115 for a target of 100.30, 100.45 on a shorter term. Um, One can also go long into the Euro INR above 88.25 for a target of 88.44 with a stop loss at 88. I think one can also go long into the pound USD. It has been trading into the red zone for today, and I think it can open up into a bullish trend. So look for a breakout of 1.3687 for going long into the pair for a target of 1.3711, 1.3730, and keep a strict SL at 1.3650 into the pound USD pair.
Right. Thanks a lot, Ria, for sharing those strategies on those views. Thank you, participants, as well.